Now, I'm gonna listen. This is difficult. Like when you look, you didn't play a regular shift,
No.
and I I don't bring this up to disparage you in any way. You made
Oh,
it
no.
to the NHL. I look at that one season in 87, 88. You had 12 goals and 5 assists. Like, how fun was that for you? Someone who, yeah, you didn't get that regular shift all the time, and then getting the opportunity to chip in that way. Was that like, when I look at the numbers on that, was that like a real fun time? Even 85, 86, you had 10 goals, but
Yeah.
still, that must have been a good feeling. So people always ask me, must be awesome to win a fight. Which is better, winning a fight or scoring
Yes,
a goal?
of
I'm like,
course.
fucking scoring a goal any day.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
just gonna
Yeah.
ask that. Yeah.
but
That's
how
one
were
thing.
those 2 seasons for you where you did chip in with some offense?
Well, yeah, that was great. I can remember one game I scored 2 goals against Buffalo, and I don't think I ever did it again. But that's one regret that I have, is that I wish I could have had the. I don't know if I was not tough enough mentally to really separate fighting and playing the game. I wish I would have played the game more instead of, like, I was always worried that I wasn't going to do my job physically
Yeah.
and fighting in that. And so I was kind of saved myself for that part of it, where I wish I would have tried to play the game more and maybe concentrated on that a little bit more. That is one great regret that I have, because I think it could, if I'd have been able to do that, I might have been a little bit better player. I was never going to be any more than a fourth line player, though.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, and that's a good point you bring up. And whether you worked on it or not, but here's what happened to me. And I had a coach, and I thank God I had the coaching I did, and Claude Rurel and Jacques Lemaire. And I say that because here you are talking about, yeah, you wish you could have played more. So it depends on the coach too, what they want from you. They knew I could fight. They knew I would fight. But they wanted to turn me into a player. They wanted to help me become a player so they could put me on. And they told me that. They said, listen, we don't want you just fighting all the time. If you're going to do that job, great. But we want to help you become a player. And then they worked on shit with me after practice every day to help me improve and get to the point. Now, mind you, I ended up playing with 2 Hall of Famers in Carbonell and Gainey on a checking line, which would, for me to be typecast and put in a role, couldn't be more perfect.
Right.
So those guys had a lot to do with my success. But honestly, the coaching staff, the organization wanted me to be more than a fighter. So I got really, talk about lucky, going to the Canadians. Because honestly, I feel if I did go to the Bruins or I went to the Flyers, it could have been that way. Right. Okay, we got a lot of guys that can fight. Fine, you just fight. We're fine with that. Do you think, I don't know, some of your coaches kind of shortchanged you that way and didn't give you that direction? Maybe that could have helped you?
Yeah, I think so. Like, in some cases, like, I had a couple coaches, I didn't name them, but where they wouldn't.
Not Mike Keenan.
I was going to say Keenan. Yeah, tell us a Keenan story.
Keenan.
You got to have him.
Mike Keenan would play me. He would play me. Yeah, he wasn't that. But I had a couple coaches that, like, most embarrassing was when they didn't even give you a shift for the whole game.
Oh,
that happened a couple times, and I was, I think Mike Keenan would play me. He wasn't, he would be a little more encouraging that as far as playing the game. But I had a couple coaches that, they would just minimize you as a fourth line player, and you're just going to fight, and that's all you're going to do. I was always reliable in my own end. I could get the puck out. I always gave good support that way. I knew if I kept the puck out of my own end that I could get on the ice again.
Not going to be a liability.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but I was always a fourth line player. But I do wish I would have tried to play the game more. I think I could have been better. I was, like I said, always going to be a fourth line player. But I would have liked to have played the game more. I mean, let's face it, when we always played the game right from when we were kids to just have fun and play the game, it wasn't the fighting part of it.
Yeah.
But when we played, fighting was a big part of it.